Hello Scorpios, welcome to my channel. My name is Bella and this is your love reading for the month of November. How I work is I'm a psychic, so I work with the help of my spirit guides. I download the energy I should say, from spirit to give you a message. Now I have to say before I even go into it, and I will also be pulling some cards later on in this reading too, just to clarify some things that spirit are showing me. But before I come on, I have to say that your person, so this is about a particular person in your life or in your past, they are feeling mighty upset about you leveling up. They are very, very upset and very, very confused that now or in this month you are going to be stepping into your power, like stepping to the side of them, stepping away from them. So that's the first thing before I dig a little deeper into what spirit are showing me. Also, for some of you, I've been gone a long time. I've had a social media break. I've been writing my book, 100 Days of Psychic Exercises. The link for that is just below if you're wanting to explore your own extrasensory abilities, because we can all do what I can do as well. And again, if you like a personal reading, the links to my services are just down below. So I'm excited to get into your reading, Scorpios, because, you know, I kind of like the fact that you're giving off this boss energy, or at least you will be, even if you don't feel like it, because there is somebody who I feel in this year, and it hasn't been easy, I don't feel, has pushed you to a position where you've had to choose yourself. And oh my God, have you chosen yourself in a marvelous way? Because you, my God's saying, firstly, you don't trust this person. They could come to you with hearts and flowers right now, and you would be like, is that all you got? Is that all you're going to tell me? You know, what am I going to do with that? How are you going to add value in my life? I get here that there is a significant change in you, whereas before you might have been understanding and quite passive about it, or, you know, hopeful and understanding, and now you're like, yeah, what do you want? You know, if you want to crack this shell that's outside, this armor, you're going to have to come with something more. And they're mighty confused, because I think beforehand they just thought they could be the way that they was. And I feel that because this is general, obviously my guides are showing different scenarios, that some of them would pretend to be the victim, or woe is me, or I've got this problem, or, you know, I've had this past problem, or some of them would, you know, be quite manipulative, and some of them would, you know, redirect things. And you've always, it feels very, very much like you've always been hopeful until now, and now you're like, I deserve better. There's something about you saying, I'm choosing me first. I'm walking off into the sunset with or without you. If you want to be with me, I don't know if I want you first of all, but also if you do want to be with me, you have to be on the same level as me, and you have to prove it now. You have to be different, because I'm now different. I'm not the same Scorpio that I was a month ago, a week ago. And if you're not feeling like that right now, you really will, sooner than you think. This energy this month, particularly now that nearly every planet, I believe, because we had 5 that was in retrograde, they've all reversed, and the next retrograde energy now is not until 19th of December, when Venus goes retrograde. We're in really quite clear energy. End of cycles have had to happen, and most cycles ended around August, September time, to make this kind of clear pathway now for us to be ready, to us be healed. And I've been saying in nearly every reading, the energies this year is for one party of a soulmate connection to have self-worth, to get stronger and to value themselves, and the other one had to get out of ego and had to heal past trauma in order for them to be balanced, if at all they're going to come back together again. You guys are definitely stepping into your Superman and Superwoman energy, super strong, guarded, because my guides are saying you span plates for this person. You walked on eggshells from this person. You were misdirected here, then you were over here, and then they were up and down, they were back and forth. It was like, it was not fun. I feel like I want to be sick, you know, in terms of the ups and downs on the roller coaster ride that you went through with this person. And it's interesting because they are so confused that you are not the old person anymore. It's like, why isn't that person speaking to me? What have I done? It's like they're kind of slightly in a victim energy. They're almost like, I don't understand why they've left me, why they've moved off. What did I do? And they want to communicate with you, but they're kind of terrified. And then they think, some of them have tried to communicate with you and it hasn't succeeded. Sorry, you might hear my dog bark in the background, but they're sleeping right beside me and I can't help it. So they're just mighty confused, and I get them thinking over and over again, how do I communicate? How do I communicate? What can I say? How can I save this connection? I mean, I like that energy of thoughts because it means that they want it, but I feel like they have no idea they're part of it. And I feel very much that those who haven't had some inner reflection to heal and get out of their toxicity, this is where they're stuck right now. They're stuck in this, what happened, and then they're needing to do this overthinking, because eventually, the longer they think about it, they will hopefully tap into it, and they will heal and they will grow into them to a better version of themselves, whether it's now or in a few months' time. This is the catalyst for it. By the way, I forgot to say that there will be an extended for this reading. So if you do want the extended to this to learn more, the link is also down below. So, my lovelies, there you are, stepping into your superpower. And I have to say, you're fine. You know, it's going to be all about you, whether you want to be on your own, whether you want to date, you're fine. I feel like here that dating, even for you now, is not necessarily completely serious. You want, you know, if you decide to go in that direction, but I feel like right now you just kind of you're not coming across as having overly committed energy right now. You don't necessarily want to commit to somebody. It feels very much like you're still working on your own strength in every sense of the word. Now, before this person improves, firstly, they're stuck in confusion. They're not understanding. They will try to communicate, and then it's obviously not working, the communication, because they get even more confused. And then they do get manipulative. I am getting very, very much, and also for some of them who are very spiritually inclined, they may even try to, you know, use energy to their advantage, where they try to manifest you, send you dreams. You know, even some people may even try spell work to try and influence your energy. That's for the minority, but overall, the way that this person will go about it is to be highly manipulative to try to get your attention. Now, this can manifest in different ways because this is a general reading. This could be as simple as, you know, I'm faking that I'm going to the hospital, and so I need your attention, or I don't know, like you hear something where they've, you know, you've heard they're on their bad luck and they need help, or it could also be what I call reverse manipulation, where actually they try to make you jealous, or they do, it could be so many different scenarios, but they try this tactic, again, quite immature. It's almost like they're having struggle recognizing it's them, and then when they still don't recognize it, they have a struggle to, I guess, just answer you, or to be authentic, or trying to avoid that inner work. And so then they try this manipulation tactic. Now, it could work on some of you, I have to say, tiny amount of you, because you're coming across as way too strong. I just don't think you will. But you know, you're not soulless. If you hear suddenly that they're in hospital when it's just, you know, made up, over exaggerating something just so they can get your attention, you're probably gonna, you know, check that they're okay. Do you know, especially if you've got kids with them, or, you know, something else, you're probably going to check. But for the large part of you will either see through it very quickly because you're in your superpower right now, and for some of you, you won't pay any mind to it. And it's almost after that manipulation attempt fails, because even if it gets to you a little bit, eventually it quite quickly turns around. You see it for what it is, and again, you shun them away again, because you deserve better. And you're fed up of playing these games. You're fed up of being in the roller coaster. You want a mature energy. You want someone who's strong, particularly now that you are in your strength and going towards that every single day. Then I get them confused again. Then I get them going into depression. I get them finally doing some self-reflection. They want, ironically, what you wanted probably weeks and months ago. Peace with you. Commitment with you. hope. It's like it took them all this time, and only when they finally feel the loss of you, the absence, and I've had to say this in a few readings, like it sometimes takes the true absence of that energy from you being taken away. And also that they can see how strong you are, how attractive you are, how you can be swiped off the shelf. And some of you probably are and have been swiped off the shelf by somebody else, even if it's loosely. It then finally hits them that they can't be in their ego, they can't be manipulative, they can't not have self-introspection in order for them to heal into this energy. I kind of get the feeling that this is going to happen sooner rather than later, within this month and definitely in December, that a lot of them hit that point because you guys are in your strength, and if you're not, you're going to be this month that will be putting up the barriers and saying the no's and saying the everything that will trigger that. It's very necessary. And I think even if you hadn't seen this reading, you're heading in that direction anyhow, anywho. Then I just get them contemplating. I'm going to get some cards out just to see further messages. I'm just going to see what comes out. I'm not going to answer a particular question because I just kind of want to see what happens. Sorry, the 2 cards want to come out. Right, you've got the 6 of Swords, but you've got the 10 of Swords. But this 10 of Swords, because in this particular pack, there's 2 of the same 10 of Swords. But this one is everything is fine. Everything is fine. But they're not fine. They are looking at their phone, looking at memories of you. They're feeling all forlorn. They're on the floor. They're depressed. They're sad because you've gone in another direction. You've moved out of, the stormy waters. You've drifted off. And they're like, why have they left me? Why has my Scorpio left me? But they might pretend to the outside world that they're fine. You might, see social media posts with them, thumbs up and everything. But trust me, they will not be fine. This is what they're doing at night. The ironicness. Well, you're just, you're moving on. Moving on. Moving on. And sorry, I've just glanced around because I put the pack down. And what was under the deck, because it's now facing upwards, to show you, 9 of Cups. I think ultimately, and we'll have a look at this in the extended, is that you are moving towards your wish. But what I like about this deck, see how she's a boss. Again, it's not gender specific, so you can be a boss man sitting here, but she's like sitting pretty, looking fine, all dressed up to the nines, got all her cups in a row, got everything. This is not just even about your love life. Things are going to start to go right for you. Why? Because you've bossed up, you've leveled up, your energy has changed. This person who's a succubus right now is not taking your energy. You're not taking any shit, quite frankly. And because of that leveling up energy, all areas, all houses of your life are going to start to improve because of their energy. My guys just want to focus you on, see the arms being crossed? Again, you are not going to just open your arms up to anybody who's not worthy of it. You will have a sense of being guarded to those who are, who are presenting that way, including this person. And the thing is, they're going to see you leveling up. They really do. They're watching you, literally. And every time they watch you leveling up and you're not with them and how much they miss you, they're causing their own sabotage, because all they need to do is level up themselves, do their introspection, and that work. The good thing about this, 10 of Swords, is when you're down, there's only one way, there is up. You can only get better. You can only get higher. You can only. So I sigh like that because some people's energies, you're like, why does it have to be this hard? Why? Why does it have to be this hard? Just a final couple of ones just before we go into what the outcome will be. Will they be successful? Right, okay, I've said this to some other people. You've got Temperance here. Temperance for me, in this instance, because it has different meanings for me, and my guides are backing this up as I'm saying this, is that you had some divine intervention as the reason why things fell apart, fall apart, had any separations, that you had realizations that you are now in your strength, is because it was divinely intervened, because you needed to grow into self-worth and they needed to go into healing. It has been divinely orchestrated. it was necessary for the growth to happen. So it doesn't really matter whether you take them back or not. Change is supposed to happen, is going to happen. There is an ascension that's supposed to happen on both ends because it was divinely interrupted that way for both of your highest good. 100%. So all I can say is, before we go into extended, they certainly will be missing you. They'll be growing from you, and you definitely hold all the cards and all the power, and the choice with what happens in the future in relation to them will 100% be up to you. So now we're going to dive in now to the extended reading to see, are they going to come clean? Will you accept them? Is it good enough? Etc., etc., to see what comes out of this. And I hope to see you there. Take care.